Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And Eminem's first attempt at NFTs ended with some drama, as in the final auction for the one-of-one NFT that included an original beat produced by Eminem, it was like watching Game 7 of the NBA Finals, or if you're into football in Europe, the UCL Final, based on whose name popped up close to the final moments, when rapper whose name dropped Eminem on a couple of songs, many would say distastefully, was spotted in the bidding wars at the closing moments when he first entered with a bid of $45,000, and he ended up winning the whole thing, hence the reactions across social media platforms. And we'll be exploring how fans have been taking this so far, and we have more from the man himself, Tom MacDonald, that links to this move that we'll save for later. But before we get started, if content like this is up your street, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So when Tom first joined the war, the alarm started ringing, and over on Reddit for instance, threads like this popped up. Someone please outbid Tom MacDonald, to which a user reacts, imagine if he wins and Eminem tweets about it, it's over for us, laughing my bum off. And over on Twitter for instance, at this time a user stated, I'm blocking Paul after this, and in reaction at that time, another added, we cannot let this happen bro. Someone start a GoFundMe to outbid him every time. And this user states why that is. We cannot let this man get a hold of an Eminem produced beat OMFG. And Stan was lurking as Tom was silent for a bit, and fans thought for show had saved the day with a bid of over 88,000. And in that final moment, Tom dropped $100,000, and that was all she wrote. Of course, it wasn't too long ago that Tom name-dropped Eminem on a song where he insinuated that Eminem was a hypocrite. We did a video on this back then, and adding the political side of things that looks to be a stark contrast from that of Eminem and Paul Rosenberg, it's not hard to see why this has caused a bit of turbulence. And before we get to what this win means for Tom MacDonald and the possibility of him rapping on a beat produced by Eminem, here's how many on social media have taken this. On Twitter for instance, before the closing moments when he dropped 100,000, a user stated, I'm mortified and cringing all at once. He cannot possibly be allowed to use those beats for commercial gain. There must be copyright, please tell me that. More on this coming up, and when the auction closed with Tom at the top, since the name of the drop was Stan's Revenge, it had to be said, Stan got his revenge. And under a user stated, he will use that M beat for a M diss, I bet on that. I guess this will be funny, popcorn's ready. Under another thread on this, after it closed, a user reacts, I would rather not hear the beat be used than have to hear Tom MacDonald rapping over it. But on the other end, since this looks like a win for Tom, a user expands. Well played Tom, well played. Now you better take the beat and write the best song of your life. But we'll get to if that's a possibility in a bit, and under this thread, one states, I thought Tom doesn't like M, which got this response, he does lol. He said that Eminem was one of his influences. I think it was that he was trying to call Eminem a hypocrite on his song Fake Woke, not a fan of him or that song by the way. Users were quick to Google his net worth since before now it was believed by some that stans are not rich. So a user dropped this on Twitter that says he's got a net worth of $100,000 with the caption, he gave all he had. But another user cleared this up, this kind of information is always a guess and doesn't have to be accurate. There's a lot of money to be made on social media, and I know people over here in Germany who make millions with it. Perhaps the other user was joking, and some are already speaking on what could be on the horizon. That cloud chaser couldn't get a feature or beat from M the organic way, so he had to do it this way. Now he drops a cringe track in quotes produced by Eminem, and it's like getting a call sign, I hate it here. And some are thinking the same on Reddit. So what if Tom MacDonald uses the beat to make a song, and claiming he got a song produced by Eminem, cause technically it is true, as some sort of stunt, and the stunt angle and the bars that comes from this is why 100,000 was dropped in the first place, and it's working, hence over on Twitter a user goes, people need to calm down, you're making a big deal out of it, and that's just gonna be better publicity for him, which was a smart move. That's how I called it initially. This is a big marketing move, and some brought out the jokes. Eminem disinfecting Tom's money before using it to buy more rare cassette tapes. Another one expanded, who's ready to see those t-shirts Tom's gonna make bragging about this in M using an M beat. And some believe we're doomed if that widow raps over it. But some users broke down if that's possible. The NFT does not convey copyright, and and the user drops a breakdown that says, owning the NFT doesn't grant you the copyright to the art. They are distinct from one another. The ownership of the NFT is established using a digital ledger which anyone can access because it is stored openly. This ledger tracks who owns an NFT and ensures that the NFT can't be duplicated or tampered with, essentially a smart contract. But while we wait and see what happens moving forward, a few days ago Tom MacDonald talked about NFTs on 2 occasions before this. At first he stated, "NFTs are the future, man. I don't know if I'm gonna drop one because I don't fully understand it, but I do understand that they're chipping away at the legs of the system, and I applaud anyone contributing to that." And days later, he added, "Anytime someone says in quotes decentralized, I'm interested. I've spent the last couple months reading about crypto and wallets and tokens and NFTs and blah blah blah. You can disrupt the system and create a unique experience for people? Count me in." I'll leave it at that. Comment below and see you on the next one.